Hi. Today's Vlogmas, which is Vlogmas day 7, I think, it's going to be a little bit different from the last couple ones that I've done. It's going to be less editing, there's going to be less happy music, and it's just going to be me having a bit of a chat about something. So far on this channel, I've tried to be really positive and try to be as unjudgmental as possible and to try to cover my bases in terms of not offending people whilst still giving my opinion. And that's how I try to be in, every part of my life. I try not to judge people. I try to treat everyone as equals. I try to be kind and thoughtful and generous and that desire to be that way is really being tested at the moment, and I kind of feel like I want to talk about it. I'm not going to name names and I'm not going to get too specific, but I am going to talk about something that's been going on, which I've slightly alluded to in some of my other videos, but and it's going to sound so silly in the context of the wider world. There's so much going on in the world. There's so many terrible things going on in the world that it seems silly to even be concerned with this. But I feel like it's sort of a symptom of what's going on in the world. So I decided to get involved with my son's school PTA. I wanted to improve the relationship between the PTA and the school. I wanted to help create and build upon the community that is part of the school, and with the changing dynamics of the school, I thought it would be a really good thing to throw my energy into and my enthusiasm. And one of the first events that had to be planned after me becoming one of the co-chairs was the winter fair, or Christmas fair, however you like to describe it. And so, me being me and loving Christmas and also being really quite good at planning things and organising things, and I'm really not one to toot my own horn that much. I don't really think I'm very good at very many things, but I can plan, I can organise, and I can execute things. So I said I would do it. And that, I have to say, is one of the biggest mistakes I've made in a long time. I have been working pretty much every day, certainly every evening, on making this fair great. I have put a lot of my time and energy into it, and it has been full on, and I haven't been doing it alone. I have had some wonderful help from a select few, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. But I've also had a lot of negativity thrown my way, a lot of aggression, a lot of, I would class it as bullying behaviour. I've had people approach me in person while I'm standing there with my children and aggressively attack my way of doing things. I've had people accuse me of things that aren't true. I've had people claim that I have left them out of the planning, or that I have in some way excluded them from the whole situation, which couldn't be farther from the truth in my eyes. I have tried everything I can think of to encourage people to get involved. I said from the outset that I was never ever going to just tell people what to do, because I figured we were all adults and we could all take responsibility for our own things, and that we could stand up and volunteer for roles that we felt capable of doing. And every time I have asked for help, there has been the same couple of people coming back and offering their help, but the majority of people have stayed silent. And while some of those that have stayed silent have continued to be silent because they're just busy with their own lives and they can't help, and that's fine, but they're also quite happy with what's been going on, and they have a level of trust in my ability to get things done. So, they're fine. I've got no problem with those people. We're all busy. I don't expect everybody to be able to help. I'm just asking if people can. But there have been some that have come back and complained that they haven't been given the opportunity to do anything, when in fact I have asked time and again for people to do things, and I want people to help and I want people to do things, and they don't respond to my cries for help. So, you know, what more can I do? What else do I need? And when did it become okay for people to treat each other in such a horrible, vicious way? When did it become okay to approach people in a playground setting with an aggressive attitude and an aggressive stance and just generally a negative demeanour? When did it become okay to undermine people in a public forum, in a open email communication or an open WhatsApp communication? Like, when did this become okay that we all just start at criticism, start at negativity, start at the bottom before we raise ourselves up and we are kind and good and helpful and generous? When did this happen? I don't recognise this behaviour other than from when I was at school and I was bullied at school. That's the only reference point I have. And I thought that at the age of 31, I wouldn't be in this situation anymore. Now, I can sit here and do what I normally do and give these people the benefit of the doubt and explain their actions away with, oh, well, I don't know what their home life is like. I don't know how they're, I can do all of that. But I've been doing that for a month now, and these people are still behaving this way, and they're still not realising that the things that they say have consequences. And when they tell me that the aggressive and negative attacks that they are making are not directed at me, when it's me that's sending the communication that results in these attacks, it's just lying, and it's denial, and it's backtracking to a degree that I don't even understand because it makes no sense. Oh, I'm so disappointed, and I'm so angry, and I feel a little bit heartbroken over it, and it's not what I wanted, and this is not how I wanted to be feeling, and it's left me with this really nasty, bitter taste in my mouth in regards to the school, which is such a shame. And I mean, it's a bloody PTA. Like, it's not the end of the world. There are genuinely terrible problems going on in the world that deserve our attention and our time and our energy, and I haven't been giving that to them because I've been so focused on this really small issue that has taken over my life, and I hate that, and I'm so angry about that, frustrated. This should have been a really simple task that took a couple of evenings over the course of a few weeks, that didn't take my entire life. Most of my time has spent dealing with really horrible correspondence and emailing people and calling people and WhatsApping people, and I'm just so over it. I'm so completely over this whole thing. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't even want to go to the fair on Saturday. They're going to have to drag me there kicking and screaming because I can't bear to set foot on it. This morning when I took Rufus to school, I waited until 1 minute before the bell rang before we even left our house. Luckily, we live close enough so I can do that and still get there before he's considered late for school. A friend of mine came round last night to offer support because she knew what was going on. Another friend greeted me on the way home from school today, from the school run, to take me inside and again offer me some condolences and to give me a shoulder to cry on and someone to talk to. And I mean, I couldn't be more grateful for those people. They are wonderful, and it feels like it's the first time in my life where I've had people like that, and I am incredibly grateful. But the fact that I actually have to rely on people like that because there's such a horrible energy going on elsewhere is really quite sad, and I just don't know what to do anymore, and I feel broken. and I just kind of wanted to let it out, really. So Vlogmas Day 7 is not the happiest of Vlogmases. It's not the cheeriest of topics, but it's something that has been taking up a lot of my life, a lot of my energy, a lot of my brain space, and I needed to get it out. So I'm putting it out there, and maybe tomorrow I'll be more cheerful. Okay, bye.